Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Jade Cargill sent a flirtatious message following this week's episode of WWE Raw in Glasgow, Scotland. The 32-year-old returned during Elimination Chamber 2025 to attack Naomi after a lengthy hiatus from the company. Cargill and NXT star Jordynne Grace shared a flirtatious exchange recently on social media, and it continued following this week's episode of Raw. The former TNA Knockouts champion wondered what Cargill looked for in a partner, and the former TBS champion told her to come find out. She also referred to Jordynne Grace as Jordy Baby, as seen in the post below. Jade Cargill was attacked by a mystery assailant last November on SmackDown. The attacker was later revealed to be Naomi, and Cargill ambushed the Glow during the Women's Elimination Chamber match earlier this month. Naomi got a measure of revenge this past Friday night on SmackDown and attacked Cargill following her loss to Liv Morgan. It was Cargill's first pinfall loss in WWE since joining the company in 2023. Wrestling veteran Vince Russo recently suggested that Bianca Belair should have intervened in the brawl between Jade Cargill and Naomi this past Friday night on SmackDown. Speaking on the latest edition of Wrestling's Brodown show, Russo claimed that Bianca should still be involved in the storyline. The legend joked that the EST must be busy hanging out with The Rock rather than appearing on WWE television. The final boss has not been seen since Elimination Chamber earlier this month, despite being involved in the storyline between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Check out the video below. Jade Cargill used to be in a tag team with Belair, but was replaced by Naomi following the attack on her last year. It will be interesting to see what WWE has planned for Cargill on the road to WrestleMania 41. The arena had just emptied, the echoes of the crowd's deafening roars slowly fading into the backstage corridors of the WWE Raw set. The lights above the stage were dimming, but the adrenaline of the night show still hung thick in the air. Wrestlers and staff members alike began to filter out, gathering their things and preparing for the long ride home. But for Jade Cargill, the night had just begun. She had come out on top in her match, her dominance unchallenged, leaving a trail of astonished fans in her wake. The powerhouse athlete had made it clear that she was a force to be reckoned with. And yet there was something else, a different kind of power, coursing through her veins as she made her way back to her dressing room. As she entered, she tossed her jacket onto the chair and began to unlace her boots. The night's victory was already starting to feel like an old memory. She had become accustomed to the rush of winning, but there was something about tonight that made her feel seen. Her eyes moved to her phone, which had been buzzing incessantly. It was a mix of notifications, social media likes, texts, and of course, the steady stream of messages from a particular person that made her heart race just a little faster. She picked up the phone, unlocking it with ease, and scrolled through the texts. One stood out from the rest. His name illuminated the screen, a name that always seemed to make her smile. Maverick. Maverick was someone who had caught her attention from the moment they'd met. He wasn't a part of the wrestling world, but he had an undeniable presence about him, a sharp mind and infectious charm, and a smile that made her forget just about everything else. Their interactions, which had started off professionally, had grown more personal over time. They'd spoken in passing at events, exchanged pleasantries, but lately, their conversations had become more flirtatious, more intimate. Tonight, the message was simple, yet heavy with implication. Maverick, you were on fire tonight, but then again, when aren't you? Her lips curved into a playful smile as she read the words. Maverick had a way of making her feel like she was the only one in the room, even though she knew she was an international star surrounded by fans and cameras. She wasn't used to letting anyone get under her skin like this, but somehow, Maverick had managed to do it without even trying. Jade's fingers hovered over the screen as she debated how to reply. She could play it cool, be nonchalant, but there was something irresistible about his attention. She tapped out her response, her mind filled with the excitement of sending a message that wasn't just about wrestling or business. This time, it was about something else entirely. Jade Cargill, You think so? Maybe I should come show you exactly what fire looks like up close. She pressed send before she could second-guess herself, her heart thumping a little faster as the words left her fingertips. The instant she sent it, her phone buzzed again. She didn't have to wait long to see his reply. Maverick, I'm counting on it, Jay. But don't make me wait too long. Jade's eyes sparkled. She leaned back against the chair, taking a deep breath. It had been a while since she allowed herself to flirt so openly, especially with someone who made her feel wanted in a way that was different from the admiration of her fans. Maverick was smart, confident, and most importantly, he treated her like a woman, not just a superstar. She couldn't help but wonder if he realized just how much he affected her. Her entire life had been about control, inside the ring, in the gym, in her career. But this was new territory, and it was thrilling in ways that made her heart race. She looked at her phone again, rereading his words. She was just about to type something back when there was a knock at the door. She set the phone down with a sigh, momentarily distracted. It was her manager, Olivia, poking her head into the room. Hey, Jade. We need to go over your schedule for the next few weeks. Got a few things lined up for you, Olivia said, standing in the doorway, her clipboard in hand. Yeah, just a sec, Jade muttered, still gazing at her phone, tempted to send another message to Maverick. She glanced back at Olivia. Actually, Olivia, I'll take a rain check on that. I've got some personal business to attend to. Olivia raised an eyebrow but didn't press the issue. All right, but you better make sure you get some rest. We've got a lot coming up. Jade nodded absent-mindedly, the excitement still bubbling inside her. I will. See you later. Olivia left, closing the door behind her, and Jade felt the room settle back into its familiar silence. She picked up her phone again, a smile creeping onto her lips. She typed her reply to Maverick, each word a little more daring than the last. Jade Cargill, if you want me to come closer, you better be ready. I'm not exactly the type to leave a room without making an impact. She stared at the message for a moment, admiring the confidence that radiated from her words. That was the thing about Jade Cargill. She never held back. Whether in the ring or in her personal life, she made sure she commanded the space she occupied. The phone buzzed once more, and her heart skipped as she read his response. Maverick, you don't need to tell me twice, but be warned if I'm letting you in. I plan on making an impact of mine own. A grin spread across her face, her mind racing with the possibilities. There was something intoxicating about the way their flirtation was building, how it was shifting from playful teasing to something that felt inevitable. She felt the pull between them like gravity, and she didn't want to fight it. Not tonight. She was used to being the one in control, commanding attention, owning the spotlight. But with Maverick, there was something refreshing about letting her guard down just a little, allowing herself to feel something outside the confines of her tough, battle-tested persona. Her fingers hovered over the keys once again. She thought about the next words she would send. Would it be bold, sexy? A challenge? She didn't know yet, but that was the beauty of it. This was a dance they were both engaged in, and there were no wrong steps. Jade Cargill. Then I guess we'll just have to see who leaves the bigger mark. She hit send, feeling a rush of satisfaction as she put the phone down. The silence in the room now felt a little more charged, the anticipation of whatever would come next making her heart beat faster. For once, Jade Cargill wasn't just thinking about her next match. She was thinking about what it might feel like to surrender, even just a little. And as her phone buzzed again with Maverick's response, she couldn't help but feel excited for whatever this new chapter would bring. This is a short excerpt, setting the stage for a more drawn-out interaction that could lead into deeper flirtation and potential personal moments between Jade and Maverick. Let me know if you'd like me to continue or elaborate on any specific part. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.